Today I'm gonna be filming a video. There's a lot of things in life that I really wish that I knew sooner, and I bet that a lot of people feel that way. So I'm making this video to give advice. Hopefully, if you're listening to this and hear it sooner, I would tell my past self, or if I was giving people advice. I wrote 6 things in my notes app, 6 things that are really important to me. First thing is, if you never take a risk, your life will never change. I really like this one. Taking risks is really scary. Take chances on things in your life, it's never going to change, and you're going to be stuck in the same spot. Like, literally such small things can change your entire life. Hey, you don't want to go out one night because you are sad and you don't feel good. Guess what? You could go out and have such a good experience, have such a good time. So it's stuff like that. You just have to take risks. Another thing that I mean by this is that, like, a lot of people have, like, a comfort zone that they choose to stay in, and because of that, they don't take risks. Your comfort zone, like, you can avoid trying new things, and, like, who knows? Like, this sounds stupid, but, like, say trying a food because it's not a food that you normally like. What if that's your new favorite food? Hop out of your comfort zone so that you can have new experiences. You can also grow as a person by taking risks. Okay, so my next one is, if you don't have any good friends, it's better to be alone until you find them. I did a video about this, about how I literally don't have any friends go through this, where they're friends with someone who doesn't really treat them well, or they're in a relationship where they're being treated bad just because they're afraid of being alone. And I think that a lot of people can say that they've been in a situation where they're not being treated well, but they still stay just because they don't want to be alone. And I feel like it happens a lot with friendships, especially. Like, there's also a thing where it's like, you can know that someone's not a good person or not a good friend, but you hang out with them because it's, like, fun, you know, add something to your life, but, like, they're also treating you like absolute shit. Better to be alone than surround yourself with people who don't treat you well or don't value you. And also, what I found is that spending time alone can give you a lot of time to, like, understand yourself and, like, figure out what you want in a relationship, whether it's, like, romantic wise or friendship wise. Time alone and figuring yourself out is something that I think is really important. Also, quality over quantity. It's better to have one really good friend than, like, a whole bunch of friends that are fake and don't treat you well. I would rather have one good friend than have, like, a billion friends but not have a good genuine friendship. Have good friends, then wait for them to find you, or wait for yourself to find them. Next one is that not everyone has to like you. This is something that I've really struggled with, and I think that a lot of people struggle with this too. If literally one person doesn't like me, it affects, or it used to affect me so much, and I would get so upset. Or if one person was like, oh, she's so rude, she's this, she's that, then I would think that that's what, like, everyone thought about me. To realize that just because one person has an opinion on you doesn't mean that everyone has that opinion. I don't know if anyone else struggles with that, but that's something that I used to struggle with, and I still do struggle with it a little bit. But people are gonna say things, and people are gonna be rude, and people are gonna say mean things about you, but not everyone has to like you. And one person, this is my thing, one person, like, if someone says, like, oh, this person's so rude, so annoying, blah blah blah, they're such a bad person, that's their experience with them. That doesn't mean that you don't have to like that person. Like, I feel like everyone should be given a fair chance, because all the time people give other people a side of them that they deserve to have enough self-love that it doesn't matter to you, and have people in your life that see you for who you are, and cut out the people who don't see you for who you are. Know yourself enough to know who you are as a person. What other people say, it doesn't affect you. Because I used to be really insecure. One person would say one thing about me and I would literally go into, like, a deep depression, because to me, I thought it was true, and then, like I said, I would think that, like, everyone else thought that about me. Just because one person has an opinion on you doesn't mean that that's what everyone thinks about you. I wish I knew sooner is that not everyone has to like me. Okay, the next thing that I wish I knew sooner is the relationship you have with yourself shapes every other relationship. I'm gonna, like, go back to, like, when I was in, like the 8th grade. I was, like, a really mean person. Like, I was mean to people, really only because I was insecure with myself. Like, I hated myself. I thought I was so ugly. I didn't like who I was as a person. I was so insecure about everything. So I projected that onto other people, and I didn't even realize it. Like, that's just what I was doing. And now, because I've been in that position and I've been that person, when people say mean things about me for no reason or whatever, I know that it's projection. And I truly do think that when people say mean things about other people, it's just projection, and they're not secure with themselves. Because if you're commenting on people's looks or whatever, and they haven't done anything to yourself up. Sorry, my little sister's yelling downstairs. Relationship with yourself that you're confident and you're not insecure to the point where you're trying to bring other people down. In a friendship and you're not secure with yourself, you're gonna try to bring your friend down to your level of insecurity, or anyone else around you, and that's not cute. That's a really ugly personality trait to have. So I feel like I didn't really start being a confident person until about like grade 11, which is not long enough. Like in grade 9, I literally was so insecure. I want to make a video about like insecurity and like confidence, because I used to struggle a lot with insecurity, and then I did a lot of like self-work to get myself out of that. And since then, I just like judgmental, and I'm not a mean person anymore because I don't have a reason to be, because I'm not insecure with myself. So also, if someone is saying mean things about you for literally no reason, they're probably jealous. I know a lot of people got told by like their moms when they were little, they're like, oh, if someone's saying something about you, they're just jealous. And to a certain extent, that's true. They might not be jealous of you, but they're just trying to bring themselves up by putting you down. Because in some people's heads, bringing you down puts them on a pedestal, brings them up. Even though it doesn't, it just makes them look like insecure losers. Be secure with yourself and love yourself to the point where you only bring other people up and don't bring other people down, because there's no point in that. The thing that I mean by this is like, if you don't love yourself, you're gonna treat other people like shit, because how are you supposed to give love to other people when you don't even know how to give that to yourself? If you know how to love yourself, then you can give love to yourself and give it to other people. And also, if you can't love yourself, you usually like try to put all that love in other people, which is something that I used to do. So yeah, it's really, really important to have a good foundation with yourself, and that's something that I learned over time. I think that I wish that I knew sooner is, if you wouldn't say it to your 5-year-old self, don't say it to your present self. This also ties in with like the confidence and like insecurity thing. A lot of the times it's very easy to be nitpicky and like look at yourself in the mirror and be like, oh, I don't like this, like, oh, my body, I don't like this about it. If you wouldn't say that to your little 5-year-old self, then don't say it to yourself. I obviously struggle with that a lot, but it's something that I'm really trying to like enforce into my life, especially with like body image and stuff. Like, would you tell your little 5-year-old self that she's looking pudgy and blah blah blah? No, you wouldn't do that, because who would say that to a cute little 5-year-old? I think that that's a really important thing, and I think that's a really good piece of advice, honestly. Don't call yourself ugly. Kind of believe in like affirmations and like stuff like that. Like, if you're constantly calling yourself ugly and like saying you hate yourself and blah blah blah, then you're gonna actually hate yourself. But if you're always bringing yourself up saying, oh, I'm so beautiful, whatever, fucking hyping yourself up, then it's gonna bring you up. You have to put that stuff into the world for it to come back to you and for you to actually feel it. So that was the 6 things that I wish I knew sooner. These are all really important concepts to me, and things that I would tell my past self, and things that have really helped me to grow as a person and love myself and really transform into the person that I am today. Enjoyed if you watched this, and yeah, I'm gonna go now. Hearts. Okay, bye.